Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Backstage Bimbo TV. My name is Allison Rouse, your most notorious groupie, and author of We've Got Tonight, The Life and Times of Notorious Groupie. Me. What is this? What is it, you guys? This is my hard copy. I've been talking about that it's available now. I'm going to tweak the cover a little bit. It is a little bit blurry, because when you're downloading your cover or doing the cover creator on Amazon, it looks a lot different. So when I get the author's copies, I kind of tend to see what I need to fix as far as the cover and stuff goes. But nonetheless, it's here, you guys. And I do signed copies. I do have people send the book to me to an Amazon locker and then forward it on to them. So if that's something you want to do, that's an option. Got the hard copy, got the soft cover, got the ebook. But make sure you're reading the ebook from beginning to end, first to last page, because otherwise I don't get paid for those. So, all right. And today we're going to be doing some more cocktails and rocktails. We're going to talk about a band that I've met before. I've previously filmed a vlog for this band, but really didn't care for it because it really wasn't about the band, because the night that I met Testament, all chaos was going on with that frenemy, Cammy, double cam. So we are going to talk about Testament the second time. They were opening up for Judas Priest, and it was actually the first time. Was it the first time or the second time I met Judas Priest? So this is November 12th, 1990. So, and I really couldn't find a proper cocktail to go with Testament. So we are just going to have a stout. And I'm going to have one of my favorite locals as well. Ketos. These guys are an awesome local. Little coconut stout. Love this one because, well, Testament is a darker metal band, so I'm going as dark as my soul with a little bit of coconut stout. So, all right, folks. Ooh. Never thought there was such a thing as too much head. Only on beer. All right, everybody, grab your dark souls and your drinks, kick up your feet, and let's have a little cocktails and rocktails, shall we? Cheers, big ears. Love it. Hope everybody does have cocktails with me. Even if it's not the same one, just kick back, have a cocktail. Let's have a little online party. All right, so like I said, I had met Testament before. I'm going to re-record that vlog just simply because it really wasn't the way I wanted the story told, because like I said, there was a whole lot of chaos going on with Cammy. So Cammy was out of the picture by this time. Charlie Ann, as most of you guys know from the Bon Jovi poker game vlog. She's, like I said, kind of our local version of Sweet Sweet Connie. Well, she was with me this night, and we were just hanging out, had some friends, obviously working and out with Testament. They didn't have our numbers back then, or my number had changed or something, so Charlie Ann and I just went up to the gig. And saw some roadies that we knew, said hey, they gave us passes, had a couple drinks on the buses, start walking in. Well, Testament was getting ready to go on stage, and where you walked in to the Salt Palace, you had the whole backstage area. You could go left or right to the dressing rooms, and this whole load-in area, and straight ahead was the stage. Big black curtains, to keep the lights out from behind the stage, so everything's darkened and stuff. So we come out behind the big black curtains, lights are down, and as we're coming through, we look up, and there's the guys in Testament getting ready to go up the stairs on the back of the stage. In a circle, getting pumped up, doing their test, doing what bands do, kind of getting the pumped up energy so they can get you guys pumped up. And right as we walk in, Chuck turns around, and Mark Workman there. Hey, Mark. Mark's a really awesome guy. One of the coolest gentlemen you could ever meet. But, so as we're walking in, they kind of turn around because they see the light just sort of peek through as we're walking. And there's Chuck, and he looks right at me. Kind of looks through the dark, and he's like, hey, How you doing, girls? Allison, hey, good to see you. He's like, I was wondering if you were going to be around. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. So we hugged, we kissed, we say hello. Immediately go to the side of the stage to watch Testament. So now when we were on the bus hanging out with the roadies, like I said, Charlie Ann is kind of our sweet, sweet Connie. She disappeared to the back of the bus with the two roadies. I was kind of sat on the back of the bus by myself. Before internet, before satellite TV, before all that, so we just had an antenna. And I think the usual, like, Dukes of Hazzard or some stupid shit was playing on the TV, and she just is whatever's happening in the back of the bus. I have to say that because it kind of goes along with what happens a little bit later in the story. Alright, sorry guys, I had someone at the door. But anyway, so, like I said, we come in, you know, Charlie Ann, we disappear, she comes back in, we go into the gig, we're hanging out on the side of the stage with Testament. As they come off stage, they're going into their dressing rooms, and if you're looking at the back of the stage, to the right is usually the opening band's dressing room, and to the left is usually the headliners where Judas Priest would be. So we let the boys go, they're going to go get showered. They're like, we'll see you guys in a few, you know, we all hug, we're hanging out. Because we don't want to go in the dressing room and watch everybody shower. So we sort of wander off to the Judas Priest side of things. Which is why I have this. The MGH, a lot of the tours put different codes on it for different cities. MGH means Mormons give head. And we gave the best motherfucking head. That's why Salt Lake City was a groupie. One of the reasons Salt Lake City was a groupie capital of the world. We had beautiful women. Wild, rebellious preacher's daughter types, as Lars Ulrich put it. But Mormons give head. Nobody left this town unsatisfied, usually. Not one rock boy. From singer to rigger. So, we got this from Judas Priest tour manager. Slapped it on us. Said, you should come meet the band afterwards. He's like, I think you'd especially like Glenn Tipton. Well, I would, but not till 2002. I was with Chuck, and I was happy with Chuck because he was great in bed. From the first time we had sex, like literally wrapped my legs around him, held onto him like a koala bear onto its mama, and my legs were so weak I couldn't walk. So, hell yeah, I'm sticking with Chuck. I have a good time with him. So when they come off stage, what's her name? Andrea has hooked up with Greg. I think he's the bass player. Anyway, so she's hooked up with him, and we go back into one of the side dressing rooms out of the band's main dressing room, which in the front there's like couches and stuff, and then you go into another room where there's more couches, like catering and stuff like that, and then another bathroom with showers and stalls. So Chuck and we're all just sitting there, we're smoking a joint because guys in Testament love weed. I love those guys. Love the pot smokers. But so anyway, Andrea, Charlie Ann and Greg sort of just take off into this little room. Cool. Gives Chuck and I some privacy. So Chuck and I are taking advantage of the privacy. He pull-ups my little butt up onto the dressing room counter. You know, the little mirror and stuff is behind me. Plops me up and starts going to town. And, we went to about 3 or 4 different towns. I think we were going on a worldwide tour. Because Chuck is always enjoyable. So, we do our thing. We get done doing our thing. Just sit down, we talk, we start smoking a joint. We're just hanging out. I'm leaning up against Chuck. We're both kind of stretched out on the couch, and he's just sort of rubbing my shoulders, passing the joint. Like I said, just enjoying the company. Well, out of the other room comes Charlie Ann and Greg. And they're walking towards where the beer is and stuff and grabbing one, and I just happen to look over because I'm sort of eye level with, Charlie's legs. There's a Budweiser cap. Like in her knee. Embedded in her motherfucking knee. Broken skin and all. Just sitting there. And I'm like, Charlie Ann. And there's a little bit of blood coming down from it. Didn't notice this before, so not sure if it was from the bus or from the back room. Either way, it was from some sort of back room, whether it be the back lounge or the back dressing room. So I look over and I go, Charlie, and I'm like, what's that on your knee? And she's like, what? And I'm like, what's that on your knee? And I'm like, I think you got a beer cap. It looks like blood. And Chuck's like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God! Ah, 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 ah. Just starts cackling like a chicken, freaking the fuck out. And Greg's like, don't worry. It's cool. Don't worry. Trying to calm her down, and she's like, oh my God, how long has that been here? I'm like, how long has it been here? You're the one on your knees kneeling on it. And if you can't tell how long it's been there, oh Lordy girl, we need to talk. Because I could definitely feel that, and I go down on my knees a lot because I like it. So she starts freaking out. We sit her down, we get it pulled out of her knee, get her all patched up. Why is it at every testament? And I'll revlog the first testament, the first time we met them, but every time so far that I've hung out with Testament, somebody's needed bandaging. Why is that? I never thought about that, but I'm like, wait a minute. First double cam, now Charlie Ann. So, okay, I don't know what you boys are doing to my friends, but all right, whatever. So we're just hanging out, and they have to do a quick after show like meet and creep, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go wander off again. So we wander off to the Judas Priest side of the stage. I decided I need to go to the bathroom, or to the backstage. Judas Priest had gotten off stage by this time. It was after the show. So the tour manager sees me. He's like, no, ladies, come here. You need to be in here. He's like, you, and points to me. I'm like, what? Okay. So he drags me, and it's the meet and creep room. I'm like, oh, no. I do not need to be in here. No, don't need this. But then he points to me and goes, you need to go grab his ass. And he points to Glenn, who's signing autographs. And I'm like, what? I'm like, he's got a tiny ass. Because he does. And he's like, no, he'd like it if you did. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm with someone already. Because I did think about double dipping. But then I was like, no, I'm not in my teenager years anymore. I was 20 when this happened. So you kind of grow up little by little. You drop little sleazy things along the way. And like I said, I like Chuck. I was happy. I was just satisfied. Trust me. Nothing Glenn Tipton could do at that moment in time would have been any better than Chuck. I was still very weak-kneed because, like I said, Chuck is a tall guy and kind of a bigger, not fat, but he's just a very well-rounded guy. So when you wrap your legs around him, I loved it. Loved me some Chuck Billy. So, and I'll put a few more pictures of, well, no, I'll wait to put those pictures because there's more that I've hung out with Testament and Chuck, and I have other pictures with him and the band from other times. So I'll put those up on a different vlog. But yeah, so walked away from Glenn Tipton because, and of course I thought he was hot, and I really did think about maybe, but then I looked around kind of on their side of the stage, and there was a lot of girls out there talking to the different members, and I'm like, I'm not into those cattle calls because that still happens. Roadies go out and find a bunch of girls, give them passes, and after the show they take the meet and creepers into one room and the cattle calls into the next room. And the guys wander around and find out who they're going to fuck on the back of the bus before they leave town for a couple hours that night. So I just wasn't into the cattle call thing and went back, found Chuck and them after they did the interview, hung out, fucked a little more, gave him a kiss, said see you next time. And next time, and next time, and next time, I did see Chuck again and again and again. And Charlie Ann was okay. I think she went and got a tetanus shot the next day because it was a metal thing. Like, she was proudly displaying, because in the 80s, that's the first thing. You see two pretty girls looking up, you're looking them up and down, you stop at one, and you're like, why does she have a Band-Aid on her knee? Because she's like the Sweet Sick Connie. She was having the whole show. And just kneeled down on a beer bottle cap. Yeah. So, there we go. Second time with Testament. Second one of my friends that needs bandaging up because hanging out at Testament. And yeah, Chuck Billy, fucking awesome. And to let you guys know, I will be, I'm trying to restructure my Patreon because I wanted to do more live stuff with it, but all the shows that I want to go to keep canceling. Like Judas Priest, obviously. We hope Richie Faulkner's doing better. How he went on stage for as long as he did, even a couple songs after his aorta rupturing, is beyond me. So, best wishes out to Richie Faulkner. Hope you get better. Testament, they actually postponed their tour as well. We just lost Fran Paul Stanley's guitar tech for the past 20 years. So my kind of plans for my Patreon have been on hold because COVID is still happening. A lot of tours are canceling. People are getting sick. They won't even do autographs or meet and creeps anymore because of the mask, because of the distancing. So I kind of have to put that on hold. So I'm trying to figure out a few things that I can do for my Patreons. So don't worry, guys. I'm not just abandoning it. I know I haven't posted for about a month or so, but I do have things planned for that. So, and I appreciate everybody who is on my Patreon. You guys are awesome. I love your support. It just makes my day. Thank you so much. And there you go. There's today, Cocktails and Rocktails. First time I met Glenn Tipton. Second time I was with Chuck Billy. Not the last. You want to find out? Hit the subscribe button. You 66%ers who are haunting me and not subscribing. Hit it. You don't have to quit it. You can hit it and quit it if you want to. But subscribe because I got a lot more stories with Chuck, with Glenn Tipton. I've already vlogged about him, but there's more of those to come. More Metallica. Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. Oh God, who else do I have? Jimmy Page, the Club MTV Tour, MC Hammer, Cheap Trick, The Escape Club, Black Crowes, Lollapalooza. So that's just the more tip of the iceberg. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit my bells. Join me next week for some more Cocktails and Rocktails. Cheers, big ears.